Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Mason. About midway to the midday with Marcus Mason. And you can call in or lay back and just listen to Marcus Mason. So sit back and relax and watch Maven.
Broadcasting live from the Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers Studios. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Ooh. Is that how we're going to start today? Is that how we're going to start Monday? Steve Rummage in the building, Chase in the booth. And there's no way you're texting on a Monday in this part of the show. There's no way somebody decided to text you as the music was playing.
I'll tell you what it is, but it's pretty important. I can't let you know on the air. Yeah, so here we are, man. Yeah, here we are. It's Monday. It's Monday. I'm gathering my thoughts on how I want to go about this.
Chase, where do we start?
Well,
are you sportsed out right now?
no, I'm not.
What do you think people want to hear Steve and Marcus talk about?
Well, so I just did a 3 hours therapy session. I took a lot of calls this morning and heard Mark. Mark was like the most negative fan you could have, and Diener I actually thought was probably the most positive Louisville fan you could have this morning. So I've seen both sides, and now I feel good.
What did Mark say? Diener, he's a victim of identity theft.
Drew is, yeah. Drew's going through some.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at the bank right now. Actually.
Yeah, okay. He getting some stuff taken care of.
Okay. Okay. Where are we at now?
Okay. Well, let me just say it.
And the phone lines are open right now. 8150-815-0939, 3831-939.
Yeah. Well, let me just say it, man. I didn't feel as bad after that game as I think some did. Maybe that's a good place to start for me.
Okay.
Here's my thing, man. We'll go through it. There's a lot to get through with that game on the Louisville side, on the officiating side, on the good, the bad, all that different, all that different stuff. I do think it was an opportunity. I think we were better than Notre Dame. I do. Watching that, if we lined that game up, I think we would win 7 games, out of that 70% of the time. I think Louisville can win that game. I think it was an odd game because there was so much.
There was so much.
Yeah, there was so much going on
in
that game all at once that it just kind of was like, okay, there's a lot to unpack here. But when I left the game, I said, okay, did I just watch something do I feel like there's something here that I'm going to struggle the rest of the year?
Did you watch your team or an anomaly? How much of this is the team? How much of this?
Did I see anything that could excite me for the rest of the season? These are all questions that I ask myself, and we'll get to all of them.
During the game,
yeah. Like, did I get better anywhere? Did I see something that I can build on anywhere? And to me, there were a lot more of those than there were, I have a problem, per se.
Okay.
Let's
get to the phone line and see what's going on really quick. Because this might uncork where we're gonna go.
Yeah, let's open it up.
Who we got up there?
Dennis,
thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Dennis.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Good.
Hey, did something change or like on defensive holding or pass interference, can you contact the receivers going down the field after 5 yards? No, it's serious, man.
Yeah.
I'm not only Louisville games, but we got guys coming back to the huddle and their damn jerseys, shoulder pads hanging out, and you got obvious penalties they don't call, man. I don't understand it. Is it a free for all from now on? I don't understand.
You know what it is? I appreciate the call, Dennis. I'm going to say this. You're probably going to hate what I have to say about this, because it's going to cut to the core of every red-blooded American football fan. It's ambiguous, Steve.
Yeah.
The holding call is ambiguous for a reason. Virginia Tech, the review is ambiguous for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It means we can manipulate and we can decide what the rule is. But we can give you the most vague ruling or definition of the rule, so we can decide what's Dennis.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh God.
Let me ask you a question. Pat Kelsey's about to go live. Do you want to go to Pat Kelsey? He's going to talk Louisville live.
Yes.
Let's go to Pat Kelsey.
Any opportunity to hit the basketball.
Yeah, I think we go to Pat Kelsey. It's going to be a little broke up today, but we have a lot of, when we get going,
this is a heavy sports day.
Yeah. So when Pat Kelsey starts rolling, Chase, you go and throw to Pat Kelsey and just cut us off, and we'll listen and what they have to say about Louisville Live, because I think they're about to start here in about a minute or so. So I just wanted to say that to get that in.
Okay,
let the people know we're going to go to Pat Kelsey. We're going to talk Louisville Live. Then we're going to come back and we're going to dive back into football, because I'll just tease it a little bit on the other side. Don't tell me I can't blame the refs.
I was gonna
tell me.
Thank you, Dennis.
I can't
thank you, Dennis,
the officiating
for popping the cork on the officiating.
Okay, now listen. We'll talk about the mistakes Louisville made, and they did make mistakes. Okay, we'll talk about some of a play call we didn't agree with, or we did agree with, or whatever.
Yep.
But I'm also going to talk about the play calls I did agree with, that did work, that didn't get credit for because the gosh dang officiating was so bad.
Back to back, attacking that cornerback. When have you called a double pass interference? That is just flat.
He just smoked him on the last play.
He just smoked him.
We got him.
All right, let's talk. All right, it's Pat Kelsey and Jeff Walls talking Louisville Live.
Very, very excited about the event. It creates a great buzz in the city. Ton of people are talking about it. Our players are talking about it. I mean, it's one of the few times, obviously, we go to the arena with a packed crowd where, a win and a loss isn't at the line. So obviously the emphasis is having a great event. I give a lot of credit to our marketing staff and, the production staff that puts it on, that are the visionaries behind kind of the entire setup of the deal. Obviously, I'm well aware of the event just because it's been here for a long time. I've always seen it from afar. I think it's been really cool how they've had it at different.
You just lied. You've never seen Louisville Live before.
The city of Louisville. I think it's really cool that it's back at the Yum Center, kind of back to our roots a little bit. I think it'll be really good for our guys to feel kind of that game night energy in the arena that we're going to play in. Really thrilled to be doing it alongside Coach Walls, who's become a good friend of mine, a mentor and a confidant. Obviously, he's got a great team and a real, they're very, very good every year. It'll be great to share the spotlight, share the arena, share the floor with women's basketball.
I ditto. It's perfect. No, it's going to be fun. I mean, I actually had, we're on fall break right now, and we use fall break to send our kids home if they want to go home. But the 4 or 5 that are still here on campus came by my house on Saturday. We watched the football game, and just sitting at the house. My wife was talking to him, asking, how are things going, and we brought up the men's team, and all of them were just so complimentary of the players, the staff, everybody, the excitement in our building. We're all cheering for each other, and it's really exciting to see. So our kids are really looking forward to being a part of this on Friday night with our men's team. It's our whole athletic department at this point in time. It's really neat to see just the camaraderie and the support that we have for each other. You've got Danny, who's just absolutely kicking butt there with our volleyball program. Our volleyball players are amazing. You see them on campus. You see them throughout. Group who's, one of the best volleyball programs in the country, but the way they act, you'd have no idea. And that's what I appreciate. They're humble.
Exist in a great way, support each other, build each other up. And I mean it. Like I'm sure the first one to raise my hand and say, I don't have all the answers because I'm the new guy here. So he's really steered me in the right direction in a lot of ways, navigating, relationships, the city. He's a great coach. He was overseas coaching the Turkish national team this summer, came back from a FIBA event. I saw him running some kind of really advanced, cool actions as I was watching one of his workouts. It's just an example. And I asked him about it. He has his video coordinator, put it on film, gave me the write-ups. Just a good dude. And I'm not just saying that. Really enjoyed getting to know him and respect the heck out of him.
Pat, have you Have you ever been in a program with one of these events? I mean, people do them all the time. I was trying to think back if you've ever had one, and kind of what the energy does for having the guys. I mean, you mentioned being in the arena, but just the energy of the start of real practice kind of thing.
Well, back in the day when Midnight Madness truly meant Midnight Madness, right? When it was October 15th, when the clock struck midnight, that was a magical moment because you didn't have all these hours in the off season where you had 4 hours on the floor with your guys in June and July and August and September and October. It was conditioning, and coaches had to feel like they were doing something, so they would run you into the ground. I mean, it was sprints, it was suicides, it was 17s and 1s. I mean, you felt like a track star. And then when those lights came on and you got the ball for the first time, the practice uniforms on, it truly felt magical when you ran out onto the court. And, college basketball has gotten away from that a little bit. And I like the way it is now, but you have lost that magic a little bit. I think back to when I played at Xavier. I told you I missed 1,000 points by 847. But I remember when I played there, we had that, doors open, run out, and it felt really, really cool. Did some stuff, throughout my head coaching career and things like that, but nothing to the extent of what Louisville Live is. Like I said, it's a big deal in town. It's a big deal because Louisville basketball is a big deal. That's why all these cameras and all you guys are in this room. But you wouldn't be here if this event wasn't a big deal either. People are talking about it. And, I was watching what was on last night. Whatever. I was watching the first quarter of the Bengals game before I had to go to Johnny's games. They took a tough L yesterday, and Louisville Live commercials come on, and you see Jack Harlow, you see, and he's not going to be there tomorrow, so I don't want to promote that he's going to be here. We never know, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and I'm really excited about the buzz and the pomp and the circumstance and all that stuff. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, hey Pat, over here. You had, you kind of started by talking about just how excited that you can see some of the players getting for this event. Do you see them, those guys who are going to be doing, the dunk contest? Have you seen them working on their stuff?
So
do you have any
Jeff,
favorites?
who knows me like the back of his hand, like we've come up with this new thing where he puts a buzzer on me. And as soon as my answer goes over 2 minutes, he just buzzes the crap out of me. So I need to learn to shut up more. That was the longest answer in the history of press conferences a minute ago. No. I don't want to see them out there working on their dunks. It's going to scare the crap out of me while they're doing their dunks that nobody gets hurt. We got a couple really good dunkers, and I think they'll do some crowd pleasing stuff, but I'll be going like this just to make sure nobody gets hurt.
Just also wanted to ask about, since you guys have started a practice again, other things that you've seen, obviously a ton of room for growth coming off that trip to the Bahamas where you did a lot of good things, but how have you kind of seen them come back from that? And like you wanted them to kind of go away for a while and reset. Did you see them come back with that same sort of focus?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Been very, very pleased with how the first, full week of practice, but even before that, we had our 4-hour segment where we were on the floor with them doing preseason workouts, and I've been very, very pleased with the effort, the focus, the intensity, and how we're building.
Probably both saw the winner quarterback team. Given that Congress has no dealing with, you have any thoughts about how to bring in some things?
I'll let you start. I guess the only constant or the only known, the only thing that you can fully expect is probably chaos right now. Is change, is your ability to adapt to changing circumstances in our business.
I'm here. I was just wondering. I couldn't hear the question, so I was thinking the board was fucked up.
My best not to turn into that old guy that's a get off my lawn, and just accept that that's a little bit how college.
That's my thinking face, Marcus.
Figure out how you can capitalize, take advantage of it, and be successful in that environment. It's not a great answer for you, but what's going on there in that specific situation that you just mentioned is not a surprise to me. I think that's kind of what we've got accustomed to, is just expecting the unexpected and then figuring out how to adjust and adapt to it.
No, I agree. I think you're going to see a lot as it goes. And when I say a lot, I'm not talking 50 or 60, but I think you're going to see situations where players aren't getting what they were possibly told they were going to get. I mean, that's one of the things we talk about all the time. You're out trying to raise money for a collective for your NIL to make sure things like that don't happen. And it's unfortunate, but without the guardrails, without anybody really having any idea,
Yeah, what are you listening to, man?
how are they going to get paid? It's funny when I hear conversations of you're supposed to get $20,000, and it's like you get it all at one check, and I'm like, well, normally you don't. I don't know how y'all work, but you don't get paid your year's salary the first day of work, because I don't think you come back for day two. I mean, I don't know. So I think there's situations that are occurring that it's like, you're going to have to come up with more in-depth contracts and things written out of how the NIL, how the collective pays the student athletes. You can't do pay for play. We all know that. But if you don't show up, what happens? It's not pay for play, but is it pay for showing up, being there? So I think there's a lot of unknowns that are going to have to be figured out. And then as you go through things, I'm waiting to see. It's like, what's going to happen next year, the following year? NIL's I think it's a wonderful concept, and I've said it all along. Name, image, and likeness. The days of, when I was at NKU and you played and you wanted to go home and put on a basketball camp at your high school, and you weren't allowed to do it because you couldn't make any money on the side, or you find somebody who wants you to go out and, work for them. You weren't able to do any of that. Using your name, image, and likeness, I think, is wonderful. But I think what's happening a lot is it's really collectives just going out and finding money to pay players. Like, are they really using their name, image, and likeness to sell anything? As, someone who's out there, but that's not the way it is right now, which is fine. So we're all making sure, as Coach said, I don't want to be that one that's going, nope, we aren't going to do it. That's not how we do things. So we're trying to figure out different ways to make it work and make sure our student athletes all realize they're in a situation now in a time that I know back in 90, I don't think the lawsuit's going back to 90 to where I'll get money for when I played. But they're fortunate enough to be able to getting money on top of their scholarships that hopefully they're going to put it away. And I know I talked about it in my press conference, but I'm really hoping these kids realize the opportunity they have in front of them at 18 to 22 years old that I don't think anybody in this room had. I mean, I say it all the time. I mean, my teammates love me at Northern because in the summer, in the spring at study hall at 1:00, if it was raining, I'd bring my lawnmower into study hall. And then our coach get pissed off because it smelled so bad, and he could cancel study hall every time. He'd be like, God, get out of here. Because I was on full scholarship, but I'd still cut grass after classes and after workouts to make money, which I was allowed to do then. But, I mean, we were all out working too. But obviously back then it was $10 a yard or $20 a yard. It's not like we were making what they're having the opportunity to do now. So I'm hoping they're seeing this and going, man, I could set myself up for 20, 30 years from now because there is some significant money that's being paid. And I'm hoping that these student athletes are all taking advantage of it.
This question is about you guys. How important is holding yourself to a higher standard of the program for the better?
Well, I think as leaders, holding yourself not only to the same standard you expect of your players, but a higher standard needs to be a given. I think that's what leaders do. That's what Jeff Walls does. That's what I try to do. That's what Jeff Brohm does. That's what Josh Hurd does. That's what Danny does. That's Coach McDonald. I go all the way down the line. So there's no question setting that example, because you can talk the talk, but if you don't walk the walk, you lose the respect of your constituents. You lose the respect of your team and your staff. So obviously very important. The only thing I want to piggyback on what Coach said is, we say never delay gratitude all the time in our program. I want to make sure that every fan hears, every contributor to the 502 Circle, every contributor to our NIL collective, how appreciative we are for the contributions they make. That is the lifeblood of collegiate sports at a high, high level. Coach has been unbelievable about, and he's got with me several occasions about, talking to our guys, talking to his girls about tithing and about giving back and about doing things that impact our community with, some of the money that our players make, encouraging that type of stuff. Obviously never, ever going to make it because we can't, but I just want to know, I want everybody to know how much that's one of the reasons that we are able to be competitive now. We're going to be able to be competitive in the future because our fan base, our passionate fan base, the best fan base in the country gets that. So we've asked people to dig deep, and they've done that, contributed to their means, and we thank you. Please continue. 502 Circle.
Yep. No, everything Coach said. I mean, we have to hold ourselves to a standard. And at the same time, I think where we can have the biggest impact is when there's nobody in here that's perfect. So when there is something that takes place or something goes wrong, or, I say something at practice to a kid that I was wrong on when I go back and watch film, is being able to admit when you're wrong. And I think when you can show that you're vulnerable to your own players and your staff, then you gain a lot more respect. And I think that's one of the most important things. And that's one of the things that we talk to our players, and I talk to my staff about is, we don't have all the answers. And there are times in the heat of the moment, I think I know what I saw. But then when I go back and watch film, I'm wrong. And being able to, and not just apologize to that kid, but to be able to apologize for the whole team and say, hey, I was wrong. I saw it wrong. I shouldn't have sat there and said we should switch. We should have stayed with it. That's my fault. When you can do that, then your kids know that you're vulnerable as well. So that's just one little small example of, we try to be the leaders and show them how to do things, but we aren't perfect either. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was Coach Walls, Coach Kelsey. I tell you what.
Hey, didn't really talk about Louisville Live.
I expected a little more Louisville Live discussion.
Yeah, I was like, I have my first Pat Kelsey complaint.
I listen, but I will say this: it bails him out that his description of the original Midnight Madness was spot on.
He did a good
job. The conditioning that's set up before, because say you feel like you got to be doing something. The conditioning that's set up Midnight Madness was horrible.
You said Coach Crum made y'all do mornings with.
Hey, Coach, Coach, let's do this Midnight Madness thing, because this one was new, Steve, right? Come on, Coach,
Yeah.
No, you guys are supposed to be getting your rest at 12 o'clock at night, Marcus. I think it'd be much cooler if we do a 9 o'clock.
Why do you hate happiness, Coach? Like,
David,
it'd be much cooler if we had
fun.
We'll call it Morning Madness, and we'll invite people to watch practice at 8 in the morning.
So terrible.
Cool, Coach.
Okay,
we'll get our rest tonight.
We have somebody on the line. Nick, should we just go to break now? And
that's fine. Okay, reset. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say
they want to talk football, so
if you'll wait through the break,
or call back, right.
Whatever you want to do, we'll take a quick break. We won't make this one real long, and then we'll get back into football because we do got Jeff.
Got to talk some football.
Okay, let's do it.
93 Bill.
Excited for the football season? Then don't miss your boost pack courtesy of BetMGM. Log into your BetMGM account today to receive your pro football boost pack, then apply the tokens from the pack to any qualifying pro football wagers, and you'll gain extra winnings and more. It's always fun to cheer for your favorite team and celebrate that game-winning drive. And now you can do that while getting in on all the action with BetMGM. Make your bets and play along with a full slate of games like never before with BetMGM's daily promotions, live betting options, original bets, and so much more. Log in or sign up today to get your Pro Football Boost Pack.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market and expire 24 hours from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We are ESPN Louisville. Download the ESPN Louisville app today. Delivered by UPS Jobs Kentucky.
Hi, I'm attorney Alex White. I run a law firm right here in Kentucky. We have over 10 attorneys who work hard every day for our clients. We're proud to be local, and giving back to our community is very important. After a car wreck, you have a lot of options of who to hire as your attorney. But if you want good representation and hardworking lawyers, and you want to keep your business local, visit SueDistractedDriver.com.
This is a legal advertisement. Work may be performed by other attorneys.
At Holiday World's Happy Halloween weekends, the fun never ends. In fact, it's been sweetened. As the sun sinks low, there's a thrill in the air. Thunderbird, Hello Swings, ride if you dare. 500 drones in the sky start to swirl. Free soft drinks and candy, 'cause it's Holiday World.
Happy Halloween Weekends is back at Holiday World weekends through October 27th. All your Halloween favorites, plus the all-new Kitties 3D Candy Farm. Get tickets at holidayworld.com.
Do your old floors need help? Hi, I'm Doug Corfage. Corfage Floor Covering keeps a variety of products in stock and can install your flooring quicker than ever. We'll bring samples to you and suggest the best solution for your lifestyle and budget. Call me on my cell phone, 643-6111. I don't want you to be okay with your floor. I want you to love it.
Goomer & Company offers a top-level jewelry buying experience with two master jewelers on site to custom create anything you have in mind. I went to Goomer for Ashley's engagement ring, bridal set, earrings, and custom engraved bracelets. The Goomer difference is present in every detail. There was no pressure to buy in Goomer's first-class showroom, and the good people at Goomer & Company were respectful of my budget throughout the process. Visit Goomer & Company at 225 South Hirschburn Parkway, and you'll see the Goomer difference is why Louisvillians have trusted this family-owned and operated business since 1971.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey, Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. In life, there are moments when the stakes are high and the decisions you make can forever change the outcome of your financial future. Buying or selling your home, that's one of those major league moments. Imagine this. If we're facing a major surgery, you wouldn't pick a cut-rate surgeon or someone offering a 1% discount, right? So why gamble with a cheaper option when it comes to selling your home? Go with a pro, someone who's recently named one of Louisville's 40 under 40, and call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team of agents at RE/MAX Empire understand the value of what's at play. They don't offer any gimmicks, and they definitely don't take shortcuts. They provide the full MVP treatment every step of the way. So when buying or selling your home, choose the team that goes the distance for you. At RE/MAX Empire, your goals paired with their strategy is a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Steve Rummage, and I'm telling you, in real estate, don't settle for anything less than the best. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, RE/MAX Empire at Motto Mortgage A to Z, MLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Call me the hitman. It's kind of hard, ain't it? With most things, you
Welcome
be
back.
caught in the game.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven 81. Or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222. Or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. David, thanks for hanging on during the break. Fire away, David.
All right, thank you very much for taking my call. I'm not coming down hard. I don't want y'all to think I'm coming down hard on the staff or anything like that, but I think that what's happening is the miscues that's happening with this team. If you look at all the games that we kind of lost, I played close. Last year, we won a lot of those games on close because of detail. I think if the coaching staff, which they don't get to where they are if they're not any good, believe me, because I've coached before, not on that level, but I know what it takes to be a coach in a lot of forms. But anyway, the coaching staff, I think that if they paid more attention to some of the details, if you look at all the games we lose or we won close last year, you'll see some of the same details that are same happening as consistency. Like, so I think if the staff and would pay more attention to those details, those miscues would not happen. The players also have to take responsibility for some of those miscues, like, fumbles and stuff like that, which will happen sometimes. But the other stuff that's happening, if you look at the details, I don't want to name the list of stuff that I saw because I'm not, like I said, being hard on them. But I really think that you see programs that really, really, lock in on the detail. They become a great coaching staff. And I think we really got a good coaching staff, a real good coaching staff. But to become a great coaching staff, those small things, those detail things that we're making mistakes on, or the Cards are making mistakes on, because I don't play, but I think they would be even better. And I think that sometimes, a lot of things going on live, it stops
What
a
details?
lot of that. But
what details?
Well, details such as, for example, Isaac Brown he don't know exactly if he wants to catch the kickoff, run it out, or run it in. And that's something the coaches need to teach if he's not really ever done it before. That's something you need to harp on. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know for sure what he wanted to do with that. That's paying attention to details. Another thing is details is like, for example, right before the half, we got 3 timeouts with time. We got the momentum. Let's go get the 3 points. But the play didn't work, and we had 3 timeouts. Well, I think that with Brohm having a staff, they can come to Brohm. And I know he trusts his staff because he wouldn't have them. They say, hey, Brohm, we got 3 timeouts. Let's think about this right here. At the end of the half, we didn't get the 3. Then at the fourth quarter, when he called timeout, and then they got 12 men on the field. That's details. When he gets the delay of game, that's details. Just those type of things like that that's happened to this team. But we have some of them things miscues. Even though we blown the first 2 teams out, those details and miscues are still in those.
If I get cut, I'm coming.
So now we're playing bigger and better teams. Georgia Tech, Notre Dame. If we don't take care of those details, those miscues wouldn't happen. And it's also on the players to understand they've been playing football long enough that they shouldn't, at this point, should make some of those details and take responsibility for themselves.
You're off, what?
Become a better football team.
I know. I got to get in there. You're getting weapons.
And go Cards, and have a good day.
Appreciate the call for sure. I disagree with most of your detailed conversation.
I'll just say it. Don't tell me I can't blame the officials. I'm sorry. I'm so sad. He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
David.
That wasn't David.
I want to address David's though, because here's the thing, and maybe it's just a matter of perspective.
Yeah, sure.
If a football is coming at you up in the air, you don't really, you're trained to look down. You're trained to know where you are on the field. Listen.
We will be perfect.
In every aspect of the game, you drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection.
Point of that is, you can threaten to break your foot off in your player's John Brown hind parts. You can make them run a mile every time. But when you in Notre Dame Stadium and the crowd is rocking and they're barreling down on you and you think the ball might be going over your top of your head and the wind's blowing a little bit, so maybe it might not go all the way in bounds, and I'm trying to make 1,000 decisions, and all the details in the world. You think Freeman didn't say, hey, it's really important that you protect the ball on the opening kickoff? You think he didn't say that 1,000,000 times? What did they do?
Got laid out and fumbled the ball.
The first play of the game, you think he didn't detail not fumbling on the kickoff? They made a mistake on the kickoff. Yeah. We made a mistake on the kickoff. You think they don't detail? You think every coach hasn't detailed to Tyler Shuck all of his life protect the ball? Protect the ball? That happened. Listen, even when you say the half, at the end of the half, David, you said it. They had the momentum. You said they had the momentum, right? Mm-hmm. So what if I tell you, Coach Brohm said, we got the momentum. I got them off balance.
Yeah.
I'm moving their safeties around. I don't want to give them a chance to get a rest and get their game plan in. No, we got the momentum. I'm taking this shot. I'm going for the kill. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
My whole game plan was to get up early on Notre Dame and get the pressure on them because they can't run their offense the same if we get up. Now, how about I cut it to 3 before half, get the ball back. I've got confidence in my team. We're going to score when I get the ball back in the second half.
Well, and you can not like the play to Don Chaney. That's fine, but he got the first down. The play worked.
It worked. It worked. It doesn't matter who you would have rather given it to.
It should have been 1st and 10 because Chris Bell was 2 yards above the sticks. So, did I love the play call? Would I have kicked the field goal? Yeah, I would have. Did I hire Jeff Brohm to be Jeff Brohm? Yes, I did.
Right.
Jeff Brohm called the play. The play worked. They had an actual camera angle of the ball above the stick.
I watched the referee spot the ball, and then I watched another referee pick up the ball.
We're going to spot it.
We're going to change.
Which, so be it. That ref might have thought he had a different thing, whatever. But then I had a video of the ball ahead of the sticks. It's right there. He got it. You can say, well, that you can't get a delay a game on the fourth or on the 4th down quarterback.
I told Steve this last night. Now Steve is a.
It shouldn't be 4th down because he got the first down.
I shouldn't get a delay a game because it was a first down. So you tell me I don't have a first down. Now all of my time is running off the clock
because the players thought they got a first down.
I know. Listen, because Steve is a boxing enthusiast now.
But Steve can't.
Listen,
blame the officials.
I told Steve, I said, you know what these people sound like? These I can't blame the official people sound like. It sounds like if you put 2 boxers in a ring and you said, have at it. But 4 times in this fight, listen, I punch you, you punch me, I punch you, you punch me. But 4 times when you least expect it, the referee gets to
throws a body hook.
Yeah, he gets to just hit you with a 3 or a 4. You'll know what that is when you finally come to title boxing.
I know what those are.
So he'll get a boom or a boom,
and then people say, well, you shouldn't let the boxer hit you those other times. Well, no, we're fighting. So I hit him, he hits me.
And then somebody says, Steve, but you can't blame that because you missed the jab earlier. But I can't blame the guy that just sucker punched me in my third or fourth rib.
And speaking of sucker punches,
they actually sucker punched us with their helmet. Ryan Clark's son of all people.
I didn't know that. That makes it even better.
I didn't know that either.
Just threw his head into my guy, and they're like, now, Mr. Clark, don't do that. Here's 15 yards, but you don't do it. No! Send him out of the game. But hey, good news, they didn't, so he was still in there to wrap Cullen Lacey up like a Christmas present on the last play of the game. That didn't get called.
That was egregious.
So don't tell me
I mean, all of
I
it was,
can't blame the officials. Holding him. Maybe Colin was holding too. Since we called double PI all of a sudden.
How many? It's like Kelly Dickey. How many double pass interference calls?
Oh, and can I add? Thank God for Tyler Shuck, and we're gonna get to the awesome stuff later.
Yep.
But I didn't know that your linebacker could launch himself like a missile with the top of his head into my quarterback's chin. I guess that's okay. So don't tell me I can't blame the officials. Well, Steve, but we made mistakes, so it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. I could have won the game with the mistakes. I could not, however, win the game when they won't let me.
With the mistakes and the referee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
that's our promo for the week.
And then Ryan Clark comes out and is like, well, Chris Bell, that receiver spit on him. You've met Chris. What in Chris Bell ever done over here at the University of Louisville that makes you think he would spit on another person?
You know why he said that?
Yeah, because he's Ryan Clark.
Because spit is totally inconclusive.
Yeah, there's no way to prove that.
No way. Everybody goes the victim spit route. Yep, like any kind of melees, that's what you do now. That's the built-in.
Yeah,
he spit on me.
Oh, he spit on me.
Not to mention, guys are talking in mouthpieces the entire time.
If you flung your mouthpiece out of your mouth, spit's gonna fly all over somebody's face.
So it's justified for me to headbutt you.
Yeah, it's not
after a play if spit just so happened to, and again, you're lying. You're just lying.
Yeah,
you're just lying.
That's a lie.
Your kid did a piece of shit thing, and
yeah,
you just lying.
No, it was like, dude, he was standing there, and you just launched your head at his helmet. Why is he in the game?
Bob, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Bob.
The whole Colin Lacey.
Well, hello, guys. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I'm not going to. I mean, Louisville had opportunities to win that game, even even at the end. But they did turn the ball over 3 times, which in a game like that was crucial.
Sure.
The great run by Shuck then is fumbled. We would have had a score, I think, or a good chance of a score in the first quarter after that like run. But that was just a fluke. He fumbled the ball, and then the interception he threw, and I think he threw it to Lacey or Ja'Cory Brooks, and it bounced off his shoulder pads and intercepted. So Louisville made mistakes.
Yes.
The defense, I think, for the most part, played really good. They were talking about it, how Notre Dame really, in the end of the first half and the second half, that they were not moving the ball. The statistics after the game showed Louisville outgained Notre Dame. So yeah, we blew an opportunity with our mistakes. Now, I'm not going to say the officiating cost us the game, but I do think I do think I saw the referees were wearing green and gold underwear. I really do. I think some of the calls, like you were talking about, double pass interference, offsetting penalties.
And Peacock sucks.
And Peacock sucks.
What in the world? And then, the one guy headbutting Chris Bell. I mean, that where were the refs at that? And then the spotting of the ball on several different, because what was Louisville, like 0 for 5 and third and fourth down conversions? But gee whiz, I mean, even on the pro Notre Dame Peacock announcers, they were questioning those referee calls and the spotting of the ball. So it wasn't just, so it was just, but in games like this, when you're playing in another place's stadium against, a Notre Dame or a Clemson or whatever, you're going to have to fight those calls. You're not going to get those kind of calls. So it was just a disappointment all around. Sure. My positive on all of this is, as much as it sucked, and it did, Louisville still has everything to play for. This was a non-conference game, so it doesn't count for the conference standings. And if I'm correct, if you win the ACC conference championship, you still get a berth in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So they've still got everything to play for. And my last comment was, because I thought I heard this on the call-in show after the game, was that the last series of downs when Louisville had the ball to tie the game, and people were criticizing Brohm and some of his play calling, which I would say that maybe there was. But one thing I did hear, and maybe you all did too, I could be wrong, but they were saying that Shuck, the communication system between Shuck and Brohm stopped working. Now I was like, whoa, because there was in that last series of that the last few seconds. I mean, Louisville didn't have any timeouts, but if that is true, if you all heard that, or was I listening? Was the wine affecting me?
Yeah, no, I didn't catch it, but it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, it seems apropos the way it is. Game again. You play an opponent like the Notre Dame or Clemson or somewhere, you're going to have to fight through those things.
Yeah,
so
we've
got everything to play for the rest of the season. So. I'm just looking forward to SMU and starting back with everything, and it's really good to have Lacey back. That was an incredible catch he made. That there was something else. So anyway,
for sure, man.
You guys take care.
Yeah, appreciate the call, Bob. Listen, how hypocritical am I? Meanwhile, Jalen Reeves-Maven just paid a $20,000 late hit.
I was to say. He got hit with a big one, didn't he?
I'm here talking about Ryan Clark's son. My son gonna be getting penalized tonight. Yeah, hey Jalen, don't do nothing crazy tonight.
Yeah, but he had reason. Like
that was different.
This is just standard. Okay, Jeff Brohm, he should be coming up here soon. Are we just gonna hold for him, or?
Let me pause for ID and let me see if I can pull that.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll just do that then, and then we'll have a little longer break after that. Well, his son should be Ryan Clark should have been fined.
Right. They can pay for it.
Jason Garrett.
What
a jackass.
I thought you messed with Jason Garrett.
No. Hear him. I mean, he was just on there, just like, and it's a Peacock thing, so, but it was just like Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's the Notre Dame Sports Network.
Yeah, it's just disgusting.
Did you go through like all the sports? Did you scroll through it?
I have Peacock.
Okay.
WWE Network.
Okay. Yeah. It's just you're right. First time me really going through it, I'm just like, this is Notre Dame City.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's literally like their thing. So, I'll be interested to hear what Coach Brohm says today, though. Obviously, there were a lot of good things that I saw coming out of it that helped me, not be ready to choke somebody. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you got to split with Miami and Clemson. If you'd won, you needed to split with Miami and Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no difference there.
Mm-hmm.
So there were, and I say that only to not to look ahead, but to say, okay, when the game's over and I looked at things that we'll get to after the press conference, but that were like, okay, there are some good things here. I did see
A
some
ton
things.
of good things.
Some changes were made. Yeah, some guys that were.
Yeah,
I mean,
talk about that too.
Yeah, I will definitely get to all that.
The official broadcast partner of all U of L athletics, WLCL Sellersburg, is 93.9 The Ville. Powered by Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Thanks for
that. Test for us, and we're looking forward to hopefully having a good week of practice and putting it all together and having a good plan going out there and trying to execute.
Jeff, you guys are off.
Obviously, very offensively minded. Rhett was quarterback's coach, I think, at Miami for a little bit. When you've had two coaches who are more, former DCs, what's that dynamic like in terms of going against another offensively minded coach? And have you ran into him, I guess, in the past?
Well, I think he's done a really good job selling on a quarterback who is multi-talented. He can run and throw. He can throw the ball accurately. He's athletic. They've got speed at the skill positions, and you can see that once he's settled on this quarterback, this offense is kind of taken off, and they put up a lot of points. They get it to their playmakers. They play with good tempo. The defense plays aggressive, and they just kind of been playing well the last couple of weeks and kind of, I think, just put it all together. So I just think, they're going to play aggressive. That's how their style. We're going to have to play aggressive and execute well, but it'll be a really tough test for us. I don't think I have that I can remember.
Game against Georgia Tech, you guys had a lot of untimely penalties. This past game against Notre Dame, a bunch of mistakes came up. Are you concerned a little bit against the two power conference team? You guys have looked a little bit sloppy at times.
Well, we're always concerned that we need to get better. Now, when you face good football teams, you're not going to win every play.
Yeah, damn, McGavick.
We could have done better. I thought we handled the crowd noise pretty well the last game until the end of the game. It got loud and it screwed some things up for us. We've had some penalties, but we've been pretty good at keeping the penalties down. So we got to try to continue to have as few as we possibly can. But there's all kinds of things to clean up. But you're going to have that.
Juice looks good today, buddy. What we got? Oh, my bad.
Turnover battle, eliminate big play.
You guys have a good weekend?
Execute in critical, timely situations. Have a good plan for that as well, and be better. So I just think it's a lot of small things that add up when you're facing good teams that you can't have.
Kind of rolling off that, I mean, you said it yourself more times than not in that Notre Dame game. It felt like you guys may have beaten yourselves. When you enter practice this week as a coach, is it kind of at least a glass half full situation, knowing that this was something that was on us, so it's up to us to be able to fix it?
Well, I think you analyze every game and you try to improve on your weaknesses and things that you've made mistakes on. We got some things going early, and then we had some critical turnovers that gave them the ball around the 50, then gave them the ball inside the 10-yard line. Next thing you know, it's 21-7. So now we've got to change a little bit what we do and have a little more sense of urgency. And we're still right in it. And didn't convert some key short yardage situations. So I need to do a better job there to make sure that we have the best plan and we're able to execute it. When you get in a situation where you have to pass a little bit more, you've got to be able to protect a little bit better. And that affected us there for a while until we kind of got that cleaned up. But, those things happen. I think we've got competitive players. I think they want to compete and play. And we know that, last year we found a way to win a lot of close games. We're going to find a way to win close games this year. And that means doing a lot of the small things correctly.
Does it carry over like the next 25 minutes Saturday? How it happened, the success we didn't have Saturday, that carry over.
Well, I think we've been aggressive on fourth down the first 3 games and converted quite a few of them. This game, obviously, it didn't happen. I didn't love my option call on the first 4th and 1. I thought we got the look exactly that we had. It just, I probably would take that one back, even though we did get the look exactly what we wanted. We just weren't able to get the edge. We were a little aggressive around the 50-yard line. We did have someone open over the middle, but we couldn't protect long enough. So unfortunately, that one didn't work. And then at the end of the game, trying to get the first down, changing the personnel, and calling the play. The communication took longer. Tyler couldn't hear, and some things made it look out of whack there. But we wanted to get the first down for sure. We still had, a little bit over a minute left to move the ball. So some things we could have done better there. So, we're making sure we're analyzing that. But we do want to err on being aggressive. But you got to convert those. And there are things that we could have done better, especially me. And so we'll try to work hard to fix that.
Rolling off of that, excuse me, it seemed like, as you mentioned, at the last fourth down, there were some communication issues or whatever. Are there times where it seems like maybe the tempo out of the huddle or from the sideline maybe a little bit slower than you anticipated, or
want me to just tell them to call back, or
in situations like that?
No, we weren't trying to work down. So we were in a no huddle situation. We were moving the ball somewhat, mixing in some run with the pass. It got to a third down. I thought we got the first down. They said we didn't. So it's a matter of 4th and less than 1. If you go fast and the personnel you have, which is not conducive to running the ball, and they're bringing everybody, it's, I don't know if you're going to get the first down. You're going to have to, beat the numbers. So we decided to change the personnel. It took a long time to call the play. Tyler couldn't hear me because it was loud, and then the communication at the line of scrimmage took too long. So, yes, I'd like to have that back and like to go a little faster, but we decided to try to get the first down, and because of being on the road, the noise, it was a little discombobulated and took longer than we would like for sure.
A little off topic here, but Teddy Bridgewater was inducted into the Hall of Fame last weekend, and then he'll go into the have his jersey honored in a couple weeks. What would you say was his biggest impact, or how would you describe his legacy at Louisville?
Well, we greatly admire Teddy and his accomplishments here and in the NFL. I think he's been a great ambassador to this program. He came here and took this program to great heights by not only his ability on the field, but great leadership skills, great person off the field, really set the stage for what being a University of Louisville quarterback is all about. And he took it to the NFL and just was a great player there before he had an injury that, was tough to come back from, but he did. So you got to give him credit for that as well. And I just think his demeanor and his love for this university was definitely displayed. And I know as coaches and players and we appreciate all of it. Now he's into coaching. He's doing a great job, and we're happy as heck for him.
ESPN had a story a couple of weeks ago about SMU football to the effect that the people who got them in trouble with the death penalty are now free, basically, to throw their money at the program. Do you have any concerns about competing with them long term, given the oil billionaires that they can mobilize?
Well, you have more knowledge than me on that. Without question, I'm sure they have access to whatever they need. And, college athletics now, you can't predict what's going to happen. So your question is thorough. And I'm not for sure I have all the answers to that one. I can speak from the football side of it that, there's a ton of talent down in that area. They've gotten a lot of transfers from good programs, and they're playing good football. So for us, we can't worry about that as much. We just got to try to win the game. But I do know that they're going to be a great addition to the conference. They're a good football team, and they have access to what they need to have success.
Jeff, in the preseason and early on, we talked about the depth at corner. You've had some injuries, and I think Corey had to play almost every snap, if not every snap, the other day. Maybe give us an update on Quincy and Nicholson and kind of how now those other guys had to step up this weekend.
Well, unfortunately, Quincy wasn't able to play, so we were hopeful to get him back this week. We'll see. I can't tell right now. I think Taz was able to play with an injury. I give him a lot of credit, and he hung in there and played a long time. Corey Thornton had a hand surgery 2 weeks ago, plays with a cast. He hung in there and played the entire game. So, that position is a little thinner and a little banged up, but they played hard. And, for the most part, I thought we did a really good job at corner. There were one or two times that we could have maybe done a little bit better, but they did a pretty good job. We busted a couple man coverage deals. It wasn't on our corner. It was on some other people that we need to clean up that hurt us. But I really think that, if we can get them healthier this week, we'll need every one of them because these guys have speed at the skill position. Well, I give Colin a lot of credit. He's wanted to come back. He's practiced before he was cleared, even though we had a special colored jersey on him, and he was basically just cleared to go game day. So he hadn't been hit or touched on it, and he played hard. And I just think that's what we've gotten from him since he's been here. He's a tough young man. He's a competitor. He wants to go out there and do great things. We got to, make sure we identify the things he's really good at and make sure we do that with him because there are certain things he's better at than others. But he is a strong runner. And he's a competitor, and we'll need him out there.
You mentioned last year you guys had a lot of success winning the close games, the one-score differentials. In your years of coaching, have you seen, is there a common denominator, one or two, that make the difference between winning those kinds of games and losing them?
Well, one, I think, is mindset. You got to have tough young men that are going to compete to the end and play hard on every snap. And we try to build that and enforce that and really ingrain that into our guys. Just keep playing as hard as you can. And the end, good things will happen. I do think,
let me see.
We'll try to be aggressive. And if we make mistakes, it might be by being over.
Like them.
And hopefully that wins more than it loses, but it doesn't always happen. So I do think our guys know we're going to not be scared to adjust and adapt throughout the course of the game if we got to do things to win.
I'd rather go.
Even with everything that happened, to
not your excuses.
Has to go down and at least tie the score with a touchdown. And unfortunately, the short yardage situation, we weren't able to convert. But, I like our makeup. I know that from here on, we've got really good teams. The teams on our schedule have good records. They played well. Some that maybe weren't, according to experts, supposed to have that type of success, but they have. And so we'll have our hands full every week, but it's starting this week against, right now, one of the hottest teams in our conference as far as scoring points and playing aggressive defense, getting turnovers. And, they've had two dominant wins the last 2 weeks against TCU and Florida State that are very impressive when you watch it on video.
Just mentioned it right there. Those two past wins that they had, they combined for 106 points in those. Is that just because it's a rivalry game like the Iron Skillet and their first really big ACC game, or is there something more with this offense?
Well, right now they're hot and they've got momentum. They're trusting each other. They're executing at a high level. Like I said, the quarterback, settling on him has really the offense has taken off. And this is a young man who's a 6-foot quarterback, but he can throw it. He's got a great arm. He can run. He throws well on the move. He can escape the rush. You have to affect him, or he's going to get it to those playmakers. And he's got plenty of speed at the playmaking positions. And I just think the last 2 weeks they have played as good as anybody in our conference by scoring points and being aggressive on defense, especially in their third down package. And right now they're gelling and playing at a high level.
Jeff, on their defense and the turnovers, Can you talk about what they do well defensively, what you're going to have to do against them? And they do create a lot of them. Is it just the type of defense or the guys and how they're playing it?
Well, I think they're very sound on first and second down. They don't give up a lot of big plays throughout that. And on third down, they get very exotic and they come after the quarterback. And they affect the quarterback, so they've been able to get turnovers in those situations. And, they do some things that other teams aren't as aggressive doing. So I give them credit. They're well coached. Right now, they're believing in what they're doing. When your offense is having success, it gives you the flexibility to play more aggressive, which they have done, and it's definitely shown on video.
One last question, I guess, on the Notre Dame game. There seemed like there were some frustrations multiple times on the sideline with the officiating. I know you probably don't like to talk about the officiating much, but there were some questionable calls. Did you see anything maybe on the double pass interference or spots on the ball when you're watching the video that kind of made you think they didn't see it properly?
Well, I always, don't always agree with what the officials are saying. I've never really seen a double pass interference call like that. So that one, I don't understand that one still to this point. And on the spots, you know what? I mean, it's, they spot it where they see it. The one first fourth down, the fact that the ball went out of bounds over here, but yet they brought the ball out here to measure it. I didn't understand why they don't measure it right where it went out of bounds. And then they brought it out, and they moved it back. I mean, it was a little discombobulated in my opinion. But in the end, you know what? We'll get some calls, some we don't get. You gotta live with it, overcome it. We got to be better. And we've got to convert those better. Okay, thanks.
Plenty to react. Plenty to react to. Coach Jeff Brohm, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Reset it, 939 The Ville. Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof.
Yeah, my bad.
So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Hey, Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. In life, there are moments when the stakes are high and the decisions you make can forever change the outcome of your financial future. Buying or selling your home, that's one of those major league moments. Imagine this. If we're facing a major surgery, you wouldn't pick a cut-rate surgeon or someone offering a 1% discount, right? So why gamble with a cheaper option when it comes to selling your home? Go with a pro, someone who's recently named one of Louisville's 40 under 40, and call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team of agents at RE/MAX Empire understand the value of what's at play. They don't offer any gimmicks, and they definitely don't take shortcuts. They provide the full MVP treatment every step of the way. So when buying or selling your home, choose the team that goes the distance for you. At RE/MAX Empire, your goals paired with their strategy is a guaranteed recipe for success. I'm Steve Rummage, and I'm telling you, in real estate, don't settle for anything less than the best. Call Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or check out his website at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner, RE/MAX Empire at Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Equal housing lender.
This is Jamie Valvano with the Kentuckiana Friends of V. Excited to announce Monday, October 28th will be KFOV Day. Our annual golf outing will be taking place at the beautiful University of Louisville Golf Club. And ESPN Louisville will be hosting our second annual Day of Donations. Kentuckiana Friends of V is a 501c3 dedicated to funding local cancer research and related initiatives. Foursomes are still available, as well as other sponsorship opportunities. For more information on how to get involved, visit kfov.org. We'll see you October 28th at the course or on the air.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
When you first bought your house, all you saw was a home. You weren't thinking it would be the key to a backyard pool or a chance to see the world. You weren't thinking of using it to pay for college or finance a whole dream wedding. Back then, it was just 4 walls. But now, it's time to start asking, what could your home be doing for you? A home equity line of credit from Commonwealth Credit Union can unlock your home's potential. Visit ccuky.org/home equity to learn more. Equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to approval. Call us at 1-800-228-6420 for details about terms and conditions.
Are you looking to upgrade any area of your home? Well, don't worry, I have the perfect answer for you, and that is Ebbs & Low Renovations. Decks, bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, and basement finishings are some of the many offerings provided by this great company. The team recently built a new deck for none other than Drew Diener. They also came in and repainted the Give owner Steve Ebbs a call at 502-471-9700 for all commercial or 9700 or visit ebbsandlow.com and schedule a free estimate. High quality work from a company that has served all across Kentuckiana. This company has an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Schedule your free estimate today at ebbsandlow.com. That's ebbsandlowe.com and tell them you heard about them right here on ESPN Louisville.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Elevate your game and leave foot pain in the dust with New Horizons Foot and Ankle in Louisville. Our top-ranked award-winning doctors deliver next-level care with cutting-edge treatments. Whether you're battling foot and ankle pain, dealing with sports injuries, or looking for peak performance, laser treatments, or custom orthotics, we've got the advanced solutions to get you back on your feet pain-free. Visit kyfootdoctor.com. New Horizons Foot and Ankle, where innovation meets excellence.
Excited for the football season? Then don't miss your boost pack courtesy of BetMGM. Log into your BetMGM account today to receive your pro football boost pack, then apply the tokens from the pack to any qualifying pro football wagers, and you'll gain extra winnings and more. It's always fun to cheer for your favorite team and celebrate that game-winning drive. And now you can do that while getting in on all the action with BetMGM. Make your bets and play along with a full slate of games like never before with BetMGM's daily promotions, live betting options, original bets, and so much more. Log in or sign up today to get your Pro Football Boost Pack.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kentucky only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market and expire 24 hours from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We are ESPN Louisville. Download the ESPN Louisville app today. Delivered by UPS Jobs Kentucky.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan.
We stayed for the first 3 songs, and then Jeanette was like, hey, like, I got to cook. Like, she's like meal prepping. So she's like, I got to get home and cook still. Let's get the fuck out of here. So we did. But we stayed for the first 3 songs. And then, like, as we were leaving, the music just stopped. And we were like, what the fuck happened? And someone was like, yeah, somebody got, like, really hurt in the mosh pit. So they, like, had to stop the show and, like, get some medical attention up there. But I mean, the first like 3 songs I heard, they sounded cool. But the one who stole the show, I mean, I love Breaking Benjamin. I love who else was playing when we got there? Stained was really good. But fucking Judas Priest, holy fuck, those guys have been around for like 55 years. dude, they were wow. I mean, haven't lost much off their fastball. Like, dude, they kicked ass, man.
Roofing, who uses state-of-the-art technology for basement and crawl space waterproofing and offers a lifetime transferable warranty. Put a local pro in the case. Call today and ask about their reduced and no-interest payment plans, case foundation repair, and waterproofing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Meet Strongholds 46, the only industrial storage cabinet you'll ever need. Standing 4 feet wide, 6 feet tall, and strong AF. This American-made 12-gauge...
Yeah.
With an 11,000-pound storage capacity, this is the...
Okay.
.com/46.
Okay, got you. Oh, nice.
Tatiana Pump Sales for every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They will find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course, or give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Now let me tell you why. Listening to Jeff Brohm right there, I feel comfortable now talking.
Yo, luck.
You know, you when we'll get to it, I know we got some people on the line, but why I walked away from that game still feeling like, okay, we got a lot of good things here. Like there's a lot of good things happen. And of course, Jeff Brohm, it did what we knew he would do. And some of the plays where you're like, okay, maybe I question this myself. I question that. That's why I hired the guy, man. Like I hired the guy to be that. And then, and not make that mistake now at Miami.
I wouldn't call it a mistake.
Well, no, I know, but no, because it's not a mistake. Because actually, the fourth down play, I was screaming into the microphone. No, Jeff, it worked. He got the first down. It worked. Yeah. But again, man, when I hear him talk, like there's confidence there, where it's like, okay, all right, we'll get rolling. We'll, he mentioned
he just did that for y'all.
No Quincy Riley, missing Taz Nichols the majority of the game. There were some. So we can talk about secondaries. There was a little. Now, granted, they've not been. I want to see a little more because I hold them very high.
You got to get better.
Yeah, I hold them very high. So I want to see a little more regardless, even against Georgia Tech. Like I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with that criticism, but I'm like, you watch the game.
That's
called
critique though.
That's critique, right. But yeah, I left the game with a lot of positives. We'll get to.
Yo, Lock, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's going on, guys? Good morning.
Good morning.
Man, you know what? Even without certain key players and certain players not playing their A game, we still should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
How bad? How bad do we have to play? How many mistakes did we have to make for Notre Dame to eke out a win at home on their own field?
Yeah,
I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. We picked the wrong time to play our worst game. I mean, when Tyler Shuck, when he fumbled the ball after running 45, 50 yards, I told myself, I said, see, these are the things that happen. These are the mistakes that make place when Louisville loses game. The ball bounced right off the wide receiver's hand, right into the defensive player's hand. I'm like, things are just happening when we have turnovers. It's perfect. It's perfect just for the opposing team.
It went off his knee, off his chest, off his knee, straight to the defender.
Straight to him.
Yeah.
He didn't have to chase a football bouncing around on the field like it's a fumble. He didn't have to do none of that. It came straight to his hands. Listen, while he was in stride.
Yeah.
He was in stride chasing the wide receiver, and the ball came right to him. I said, "You gotta be kidding me!" I said, "Yep." I said, "We're and it was an uphill battle from then on." I said, Louisville's gonna have to. Some things are gonna have to go Louisville's way. Look, some calls is gonna have to go Louisville's way. Better play calling is gonna have to go Louisville's way, and it just listen. We almost won the game, but I mean, these are the things. These are the mistakes that occur when Louisville loses game, and on the road, unfortunately, you can't do that.
Yeah,
on the road, you can't against a team like Notre Dame, who's the darling of Peacock and NBC. You can't do that. And as far as all the refs, give me a break. We're on the road. You can't blame the refs when you're a road team. You gotta go.
You just gotta take.
But yeah, you endorsing cheating on the road?
You just saying. So we just gotta take it. Hey, bunch of bad calls. You shut up and deal with it.
Yes, sir. You gotta take it.
Watch
this. Are you shocked? Are people shocked that we watch this? Are people shocked that we got bad calls on the road? Get over it.
Yeah, right.
Listen, we made too many mistakes.
Yeah.
It was our fault why we lost the damn game.
Right, because it was
our fault. That's why I was so ticked off.
I agree, man. We made way more mistakes than bad calls, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. Watch this.
I'm watching.
Look, like it's some revealing news I'm getting ready to say. Watch this.
I love it. No, I'm in.
Every mistake that we made, guess what? Notre Dame made us pay for it. That's what the home team does. That's how I knew we were going to lose the damn game. I said, you gotta be kidding me. Every time we made a turnover, we paid for it.
Did we not make them pay for every mistake they made? I'll tell you, they fumbled twice and we scored both times. So,
yeah, I know what you're saying, but they still have an advantage to the other home team. We just can't. No, hold on, Steve. You're right. I didn't say you was wrong.
No. This is good. This is good. No, we're doing this. This is good.
Steve, Marcus, y'all 100% right on the things that y'all been saying. That's why I'm so frustrated. Louisville should have lost. What's this? With even the turnovers and all that crap happening, Louisville should have lost the damn game.
No, I feel.
Oh my God. Louisville should be undefeated right now. They couldn't, even with all the turnovers, Notre Dame, they was trying to still give the damn game away.
It's frustrating.
Oh my God.
I know.
Man, we actually could have. Man, we could have been up like 21-0 on them at halftime if we didn't make our mistakes. Notre Dame is not a good. That's what's so frustrating, guys. Notre Dame, to me, they're not a good team. If they was in the ACC, they would be an average team.
Yeah,
that's it. They. Oh gosh, Riley Leonard, he doesn't impress me. Riley Leonard doesn't impress me. It's not. Yeah, we should have lost that game. I'm frustrated. Listen, go cards. You know, and I'm just frustrated. That's it, guy. I'm at work and I just had to get that off my chest.
No, it's fair, man.
Appreciate the call.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
Sure.
Thanks, bud.
No, Nate. I'm not gonna turn it down.
It was blaring in here. Sorry, that's on me.
Yeah, way to go. Way to go. I disagree with Notre Dame's not good. Like, Notre Dame's defense is really, really good. Like, it might be the best defense we play all year. I mean, they're really good.
We never snap the ball over our punter's head.
Yeah.
We never do that.
No, it's bad snap. Ja'Cory Brooks, I bet if you went up to Jeff Brohm and said, all right, you can run that play again, I dare you. He said, I'll run that exact play again. I'll run it 100 times to throw it to Ja'Cory Brooks right there.
Ja'Cory Brooks never drops that ball.
Yeah, right there.
He never. You think he didn't practice enough?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, our mistakes were Tyler Shuck, because if you're going to jump on Brohm about, are you going to give him credit for that play call with Tyler Shuck? Because everybody, including the announcers and everybody in that stadium, including myself, and I take pride in not getting tricked. I was like, come on. Because I saw him stick the running back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I turned around and I hear my son's like, let's go. And I'm like, what's happening? Tyler Shuck's running the football. It's a heck of a call. I mean, so
there was a ton of
you give
awesome
credit,
calls.
Yeah, like
There's a ton of awesome
there were some bad calls. Like, that's an offensive coach, man.
Yeah, but see, but this is where, this is macro. This is like, you're in here and you're dealing with determined. Like, if you want to play this game, shoot ourselves in the foot game, technically, every single team that does not go undefeated and win the championship shot themselves in the foot.
Well, yeah, Georgia shot themselves in the foot for 2.5, 3 quarters. And you spotted Alabama 28. I mean, like, yeah, no, we didn't play our best game. Nobody is saying, like, oh, well, there's just no blame at all here because, I mean, there's just no. I mean, I think I get the frustration from a lot of people.
Yeah, but separate the blame from don't use lazy words like sloppy. Don't or not sloppy, like unprepared.
Like, don't tell me they weren't ready to play.
Yeah, no.
On the first play, they knocked the dude out, took the ball, went and scored. Like, what did they like?
Right.
Well, the coach didn't have them ready to play.
And a couple plays later, like I said, he calls this option and gets 50 yards. Like I said, what do you want me to do if my 26-year-old quarterback fumbles on a 50-yard run?
Yeah. And Shuck won't. That's not something that's going to happen. But you know what you learned? Now let me do this. Do you want to know what I did learn, though? I learned that Tyler Shuck can take that ball and do that. I learned that Tyler Shuck is a dude.
A dude.
He
stood in there.
The seam pass to Jamari Johnson. The pass to Colin Lacey. The sidearm to Ja'Cory Brooks. You want to know what else I learned? My running backs can play. Do you realize Keywan Brown ran a dude over so hard? Oh, not a dude. Let me slow it down a little bit. I'm going to say it like this, and then I'm going to come back. So let me say this. He ran a dude over so hard, I thought they were going to call offensive targeting.
Adam.
Now let me replace it, dude, with what it actually was. He ran the best cornerback in America, who's going to go top 6 in the NFL draft, Keywan Brown, over so hard, I thought they were going to call passing or offensive targeting.
They are going to burn the peacock footage of what Keywan Brown did to him. I hope you saved it because you'll never see that again. That's so bad. His agent is paying right now to get that deleted. Because I can't have
God, that helmet sound when it
Oh,
goes boom.
God.
You know, when
Oh,
somebody,
it sounded like a gunshot,
yeah,
dude.
I mean,
Oh.
seriously, I kid you not, Nick. I thought because he lowered his head, I was like, can they call off? Like, I was like, if there's an offensive targeting, they're going to call.
See that,
you know,
and
like
again,
I really did. That's not being me being funny.
I don't know if it's not defensive. It's not defensive when I say this. This is why I've always, again, we say this is why I got in radio, because y'all you're not giving credit to how hard they're out. Don't say everybody's supposed to play hard all the time. It doesn't happen. As violent as Kewan Brown is, as violent as our defense was, how many times did you think our own players were going to hurt each other?
Sure.
Unlimited plays. You know how hard it is to have the team flying around with that, I hate saying it, that SEC violent level of hitting.
Yeah. That's not wrong to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you watched that game Saturday night. I think Louisville was a good team. That was the intensity that game was played at it's just at another level, and that's why you see them in the play. Like that's not uncomfortable. That's not.
I just hate saying that.
I know, but it's not.
So yeah, like I almost need to someone to unlock the criticism door. You gotta give me. You gotta earn your way up here. You know, like you gotta earn your way of giving props to all the good things. Like I said.
Colin Lacey had the best catch we've seen in 3 years, outside of last week.
You should have came into this show with 50 texts about Tyler Shuck, Colin Lacey coming back. He got a broken collarbone, and he's extending his body.
Maybe
as hard as listen.
How about this?
Literally,
let's criticize Jeff Brohm. I'm sorry. And then get back because I know what you're about to say is good. Let's criticize Jeff Brohm. Maybe never say he was practicing before he's cleared again. Maybe leave that out.
Or say you didn't know.
Coach.
Safe to say you didn't know. I didn't see him.
Okay, but yeah,
listen. When you imagine your collarbone being broke and you're 10 plays into a game. And you extend your body and dive and fall and catch it.
Which is the exact way to break a collarbone. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, why doesn't my
and then you smoke the guy 2 plays later. He pulls the jersey off your shoulder pad and they're like, yeah, but you interfered with him. Interfering with you.
You're not allowed to interfere with him interfering with you.
Yeah. So you guys can't have this ball 15 yards ahead where it should be.
Yeah, it's just like I said to you before the game, Steve. I said, if I come out of this game with a loss and a running game, I'll feel better.
Well, Isaac Brown can go. Kewan Brown can go. Notre Dame legitimately is going to be one of the 2 best defenses, maybe Clemson, that you play all year.
I saw Isaac Brown run to the sideline 2 times early. Once he did it on a kick return, and once he did it on another play.
You mean in the game?
In a regular game. Yeah. Running to the sideline. I was right there. I said, young fella, until you learn how to get vertical, instead of, I understand your instincts are to run to that sideline because you're the fastest person on the team. You're always the fastest guy on the field. But angles, fundamentally sound teams know how to take angles, and they can run too. These defensive kids can run too. You need to start getting upfield. I could tell he started making a conscious effort because I know that coach said, hey.
Barclay, I mean, he's one of the best you can get.
So, okay. So yet again, we have adjustments. We have improvements. I mean, it's amazing. Like, you see what Twitter looked like after the first drive of Notre Dame.
Yep.
The long drive. Nobody acknowledged the adjustments.
Yeah, because, well, first off, people score all the time. I mean, the way Ole Miss went down on Kentucky, you would have thought this game's going to be 70-7.
Turn off the game. You would turn off the game after that first drive.
Dude, people score on their opening script all the time.
Script.
So,
And what is the script, Steve? This is our best 10 plays to get this ball in the end zone.
Yeah,
that's what you're going against.
And Notre Dame had a good drive.
Yeah,
like, I mean, there was nothing there. Like they scored. It was well, and good for them. Yeah,
right.
But like that touchdown, like okay, and then from that point, we handed them the ball on the 10-yard line, and then we had a broken coverage. And from that point on, they scored 10 points. So, like, you know, I mean,
tell me
again. I'm not saying that. Well, see, there's blame to go. Yeah, no, there's blame to go around there.
But that's competitive blame, though. That's regular competitive,
right?
Boxer versus boxer. They hit you, you hit back.
But there's not walk away from that game. Oh my God, we're screwed. Type of energy for me. You know, I mean, come out wet the bed this week, then maybe I'll be like, okay, well, maybe we got a problem. You know, like, but I didn't see that from this game. Saw some uncharacteristic
you
mistakes.
get what's uncharacteristic mistakes. That's my critique area. You know, but it's not. You know, like I'm hard pressed to
because
find
they were uncharacteristic. We don't snap the ball like that. Ja'Cory Brooks does not drop passes like that. Tyler Shuck, I mean, to this point, he's not fumbled and he's ran the football, so I don't know that one as much.
A play that ends up in a delay of game, and your factors are
there's communication. Brohm did confirm there's communication issues,
officiating,
thought you had a first down,
misunderstanding. So we're talking about 4 factors that led to that mistake, and it's lazy to just say, oh, the slop, you know, it's not sloppy. There's factors that went into that. It's missing, and they got loud at the perfect time, and you know, it's just we couldn't get it in,
and we still could have won the game, which is crazy. I had no doubt we would go for 2. I had no doubt. I think Brohm had a play. You have a play for that scenario,
Nikki. I got a bit of Adam. You'll be our last call, Nikki. I got a quick theory though. So here's the problem, Nikki. Last week I got to run in my mouth about Jeff Brohm, right? His predictability of his 4th and 1s. Steve and I have been talking about his predictability of 4th and 1s. I got a feeling that we got into their
our
head.
predictability was the play action little dump pass out of the backfield
that he runs all the time.
Now I've got him overloading one side, pitching to Don Chaney on the other side.
Now he just decided, I heard Marcus, I heard Steve. Am I that predictable? Yes, with the 4th and 1s.
He's like, so I'm going to line Don Chaney up. I'm going to put everybody over here. I'm going to make them think it's going to be a power run right here. And then I'm going to pitch it to him over here.
It's our fault he outthought the room on that one.
It did look like Don Chaney caught that pitch and was like, why am I here?
Adam,
where's all the blockers?
Thanks for joining us on 93.9 Fire Away.
Hey, what's up, guys? So there's a laundry list of things that you've been going over, and even more things you haven't even touched on yet that we could have won that game with. I mean, yeah, like one thing was like where we ran to the chains at the end and they moved the chains. Like I was at the game, and I mean, it was clear he ran behind the chain.
Yeah.
And then when they did the replay, he didn't get to that yellow line, but that yellow line's not there. I mean, you know, just blatant stuff like that. But the one point I wanted to make really was like when Shuck was running and he knew that guy was catching him, that guy's got to know everybody's going to catch him right now because he's not that fast. It's time to go down. You know, like just go.
He's no Archie Manning.
Yeah. He did a great job.
You got time, Roger.
So anyway, that's all I really have. So
Adam, I appreciate the call. Yeah, you know what? We'll run one more in here. Roger, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Roger.
Hey, Steve kind of stole my thunder a little bit there with, with our mistakes, we still had a chance to win the game. So I'm not worried, except one thing is from my perspective, okay, that game's over. Now we've got to win our shot at the ACC title now. So that's from my perspective. Let's just go get them.
Roger, I do appreciate the call. So here's the thing. I do want to pass along a couple of more reminders. First of all, listen, the weather has been inclement. I want you to keep this in mind. Consider the damage to your home, because your home is your fortress and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. Did I mention their A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you. Write this number down or put it on your phone. Get your roofs checked out immediately. 502-219-7964. One more message I got to pass along. The annual Denny Crum Foundation Celebrity Golf Outing and Silent Auction. We're going to focus mostly on the silent auction. It will be tonight. You can go to crum2024.givesmart.com. Listen, these prizes in the silent auction are winnable and they're awesome. Give it a shot. Everything goes to the Denny Crum Scholarship Foundation. That thing's going to continue on and without a hiccup. So also just want to, like I said, pass that along. Or you can text Crum 2024 to 76278. So I wanted to pass those two along. Yep, Steve, everybody got their emotions out.
Yeah, well, if you
get good energy.
Yeah, if you need more, go see my friends over at Tri-State Men's Health. Here's the thing, man. I'm going, I got boxing class today over at Title Boxing, and I'm excited about it because I'm involved with that. I mean, you guys heard me go through the transition where I was talking about running all the time. I was working out, and then it was like you just stopped hearing me talk about that because I stopped doing it, because it wasn't just a physical thing. Like, and I'm not one that does this because I like to mess with Nick and stuff, but like I didn't really have the motivation to do it. I was like, I'm good. I walk around, talk on the phone around my house or whatever, and that'd be that. But
steps in.
Yeah, and then finally it hit me and I said, okay, let me go get checked out. Let me see what's wrong. Well, I went and got checked out and I found out what was wrong. My testosterone was really low. And as much as I didn't want to believe it, I had to believe it. And I started taking testosterone shots that day. They signed me up. They waived the $99 appointment fee right there. And I'm telling you guys, I'm 5-6 months in. I'm back to boxing. I'm coaching now. I'm back to feeling good with myself everywhere I go, doing things. I'm watching games. I don't feel like I'm dead after games. I started to feel that way, and listen, if you saw anything, we're going to have some close. Yeah, that's funny. Thanks. I did say that, but we're going to have some close games in basketball and football coming up, and you can make them through it and feel good. Go over to TriStateMen'sHealth.com, take their low T quiz, 10 questions, 2 minutes, yes or no answers, and tell me you heard about them right here on 93.9.
As always, 8150 93.9 is always the number. 3831 93.9 is always the text line. YouTube channel normally is made for the Ville. Midday for Marcus, baby, 93.9 the Ville.
Linux of Louisville is now